Now what you have to do is you have to come to your advertisement dashboard and go to this bulk operation template file, the bulk operation page. And in that you have to download this bulk of, you have to download this bulk operation template. Okay, sorry, you have to create a template. Okay, now you can look for 30 days or 60 days. Okay, you can look for 30 days or 60 days. If you haven't optimized yet so far, then go for 60 days. But if you are optimizing regularly, then 30 days and 14 days is okay for you. Okay, so I'll select the 60 days. I am assuming you are a brand and haven't optimized yet. So then create the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet will be created here, and then you can download it. Now I have already downloaded it. So let me open that up. So let me just open that up. So here you can see this is the thing. When you download, you can upload it to Google Sheet because you can optimize it better in Google Sheet using formulas and all. So right now, this is the first page of the sheet that you will see. Now we do not need to do anything here. The first thing first that you have to do is you have to make a copy of this sponsor. Go to sponsor product campaign and select all the cells. Make sure you copy this, then go to create another sheet and paste all this data to have a backup. Okay. Now it's slowing down a little bit. So you can paste it here. Okay, you can paste all the data here so that you will have a backup. Now, why do you need a backup? I will tell you that as well, because every change that you are going to do in this sheet, it is going to impact your current campaigns. So having a backup of your current campaigns is good for you. Plus, we are going to change this data after we finish with our optimization. So come to the sponsored products campaign. Now these sheets are actually created automatically. Let me just delete this sheets which are not needed. So we will do all this in this file. Okay, so let's make it working file. Now there will be few changes that we have to do. Okay, so first let's freeze the top one. The top row we have freezed. Now we need to do is we need to add filter in this. Now I have campaigns for this brand. We have already made top of the search campaigns, product page placement campaigns. Now for those campaigns, you shouldn't change the bids. Okay, this max bids, you shouldn't change this column, because generally for those campaigns, these are set to the lowest and we optimize through this positions. So what you have to do step by step, follow this thing, go to this campaign name. Now we name our campaigns. If it is top of the search, we name it TOS. The campaign name should be TOS. The TOS should be within the campaign name. And for product page, we name it PP. So now what we are going to do is we are going to filter by condition. Then we are going to do text that contains, then text that contains TOS. Okay. Now we use capitals. So we are going to do is match exact. Okay. So TOS, text that contains TOS. Now it is going to filter all those that have TOS, top of the search. So all these are top of the search campaigns. So what we are going to do for this is we're going to copy this max bid column. We are going to copy this max bid column and create one separate sheet, and we are going to paste it here. Now, why we are going to do it, I am going to tell you exactly. So this is for top of the search. Now, the same thing we have to do for the product page placement also. So that is why naming your campaign is so important. Text that contains PP, that means product page placement. So it will refine all the campaigns that have product page placements, okay, that are created on product page placements. Now what you have to do is you have to copy the bids of this as well. because we don't want these bids to be changed. So we have to do something later on so that these bids do not change. Now, since we have done this, now just remove this thing. Okay. Now what we have to do? So now what you have to do is you have to remove all this. Okay. Like, let me just go to campaign ID, your record type, go to record type. We only need the keyword and product targeting. The rest we don't need it right now because optimization will be done only on that part. Now we need to add few columns. Okay. We need to add few columns here. Beside a cost, let's add few columns here. So we total need almost 5 to 6 columns. So let's name this column. Okay, name this column. First one will be your current max bid. Current bid. Okay, current bid. The second one will be, let's put it. Okay, let's put it cost per click because it is not there. The third one, let's do it your buy spend. Now, why it is by spend or what it is, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Then by click. Then we need few more columns, right? By a cost. Then we will have new bid. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to change few things here. Okay, first make it percentage. Then next thing is spend, make it currency. Now this is dollar, but you understand it, right? It is in rupees only. Now clicks, it is number. Okay, and max bid, it is also number. Now here you will see there are few columns where there is some things are missing because they are either negative or paused. Those are negative targeted or paused. So what we are going to do is we are going to come to this campaign status. We're going to come to this campaign. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to come to this campaign status. Find where is campaign status. Here is the campaign status. Now we are going to only use enabled. So we are going to deselect paused so that we can see only enabled campaigns. Okay. Next thing what you can also do is come to this match type. You can actually do all the negatives here. Okay. You can do this negative exact and all. So all these negatives will be gone because we don't want to change anything on the negatives. Now you'll see these are actually set good. So the next thing that you have to do is, so now what we are going to do is orders, let's make it number as well. Now we are going to sort by 0 orders. Okay. So we are going to select only 0 orders. So let's put these things first. Okay. Before sorting out, let's write down the current max bid. Current bid amount is the max bid. So you will do this equals to this, refer to this cell. Okay. Now it should automatically do it for all of that. Okay. Now, so the next thing is cost per click. Cost per click will obviously be spend divided by total clicks. So this div error may come because it is 0. Okay. Now it will be not an issue for us. You will know exactly why. So now what you have to do is you have to sort by orders. You will select only the 0 orders. And then, so you are going to select all those that got 0 orders, but spend. So you are going to use this formula equals to, so the formula is like this. It is equals to if, select this formula, then again open bracket, if your spend, since we're doing by spend, if your spend is greater than 100 rupees, so we use 100 as a matrix. If it is greater than 100 rupees, then what do we have to do? We have to basically reduce the bid by 60% or 50%. Okay, so it will be 0.4 quotation closed multiplied by, so 0.4 times our current bid, that is this one, max bid. Now we are going to use another formula as well. If it is less than 100 rupees spent, then what we are going to do? So if the spend is less than 100 rupees, then what we are going to do is we are going to multiply it, increase the bid by 20%. Okay, that means we are multiplying by 1.2 into the current max bid, that is this one. Now you can close the bracket. And when you double click here, it will simply paste the formula to all of this. Now, we also need by clicks because we can't decide based on only one metrics, that is spend. We have to also look at how many clicks it got. Okay. So for this clicks on one also, you have to use the same formula equals to ifs. Now, if, then you have to open a second bracket because we are going to use two criteria here. If the click is greater than 25, if the click is greater than 25, so what you have to do, you have to reduce the bid by 60%. That means 0.4 or 0.4. Quotation closed, then multiplied by the current max bid, that is this one. Plus, when the cost, the click is less than 25, that means clicks less than 25. Then what we are going to do? We are going to add 20% to the current bid. So 1.2 multiplied by your current max bid. Okay, you see these are not same, right? Now you will also notice there will be some bids like this one which will be lower than 1 rupees, but Amazon do not allow any bids to be lower than 1 rupee. So what we have to do, we are going to look at those later on when we have got the new bid. Now we have done spend by clicks by orders. So when you got more than one order, then obviously you cannot optimize by 25 clicks or 100 clicks. Then you have to look at a different data. So let's select all and deselect zero now. So now these are all the data that has got sales, at least one sales. Now we have to optimize it. Now we have to optimize it based on ACoS. Now, as I have said to you that my break-even ACoS for this brand was 30%. So I'm going to take 30% as the break-even ACoS and calculate on that. Now, if your break-even ACoS is lower than that, then you have to obviously use that break-even ACoS here. So equals to, I will use this formula equals to ifs so you use this formula ifs, then again one bracket. If the ACoS, where is the ACoS? This ACoS. Now it is in percentage, that is why it is showing like this. Let's see. Okay, you can change it to percentage. If the ACoS is greater than 30%, then what we have to do, open quotation, then reduce by 60%, or you can also reduce by a little bit lower. Okay, like 40%, reduce by 40%. It depends on how much budget you are spending, right, into the current bid amount. Okay, again, if the ACoS is lesser than, if the ACoS is lesser than 30%, then what we have to do, then we have to multiply, let me just zoom it for you a little bit so that you can easily understand it. Okay, okay, So now what you have to do, if the ACOS is lower than 30%, then you have to multiply with either 1.2 or 1.3, that is increasing by 20% or 30%. Now for ACOS, I generally do it 1.3, 1.4. If your budget is a little bit higher, or if it is sales season, you can increase it a little bit higher into the current max bid, which is this one. So, so now this is coming 390%. So now this is coming 390%. Obviously, you have to come and change it to numbers. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is simply going to copy paste it to all the columns. Okay. You can pull it down or just double click it. These are all the bids copied. Okay. Now, these are going to be the new bids. So we are going to copy this and put it in this column. And then what we are going to do is we are going to sort by all. Okay. Select all like the zero orders. Because this new bid, we haven't put anything in the new bid of that portion, right? So the new bid for this one, for the zero orders, will be a little bit different. Equals to, you can take either average or the minimum. I generally take the average. So equals to average of this two. Now you can simply drag it down or just double click. Okay, now since all the bids are used, so we can actually remove the filters. Okay, select all, but there is one thing that we have to do. Now, what is that one thing? Now there will be some NA. This NA is coming because what is happening is this is might be equals to 100 spent or equals to 25 clicks. So it is 25 clicks. Since we are calculating the value that calculate only if it is greater than 25 or less than 25. So we are not calculating 25 here. So you can either change the formula to greater or equals to, okay, you can change it to greater or equals to, or just change the NA to something. Okay, you can short the NA and make it this one. Okay, you can just click on this one, then clear all, only select the NA. So only two are NA because they have 25 clicks, as I have said. Just copy this bit. Okay, just copy this bit and do Control Shift V. Copy this bit, Control Shift V. This is optimized by placement, right? Sorry, by spend. So now what we have to do? Now you will see there are few which are lesser than one. Okay, so what we have to do in the new bid, because this is the only column we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything that is lower than 1 rupees, less than 1. Now these are all less than 1. So what you have to do is make it 1 rupees. Since 1 rupees is the minimum bid Amazon accepts. So make it 1 rupees, then again deselect. Okay. Filter none. Now our new bid is here. So our new bid is here, right? So now just copy this bid, just copy these bids since all of them are here. Okay, just copy this new bids. These are the new bids. Okay, copy these bids. Before copying, one thing you have to do is you have to remove the filters, right? So go to this data, then filter view, then go to filter view options, then delete. So all the things are now deleted. Okay. So now copy this new bid and paste somewhere new. Okay, paste somewhere here. Like I have copy and pasted here. So then what you have to do is just delete all this extra thing that you have created. Okay, so we have created all this, so we are going to delete this this one also, current bid by a cost new bid. We are going to delete these columns, right? Then what we have to do is we have to take the new bid that we have copied, paste it in this part. Okay, So now just go to the new bid, copy all the new bids, then come to the working file and paste it in the max bid portion. Okay, paste it here. So all the new bids are replaced. Now all the max bids are replaced by this our new bid now. So now what you have to do is you have to come and you have to delete all the filters that we have used. Click on this data, filter views, filter view option, then delete. Now all the filter view things are now deleted. Now what you have to do is you have to simply click on this one. Now before clicking on this one, okay, we have to make sure that the top of the search and product page placements bids are according to what it was previously, because we don't want to change the bids of that one. So what you can do is you can come back to this thing, okay, like this one, or you can make the change to that main your main sheet as well. Click on this one, add filter, create new filter. So now come to this record type, your campaign name. Come to this campaign name and filter by condition, text that contains. Now what we are going to do is we are going to do TOS. So these are all TOS. So we have to change these bids, right, according to what it was previously. So this was the previous bids. Just copy this and then paste it here. Control Shift V. And again, then next what we have to do is we have to do for the product page also. Text that contains product page, the campaign name as product page. Now for this one also, copy this bid and paste it here. Now our all bids are what we are looking at. Okay, now data, filter views, filter view option, delete. Okay, now our bids are actually set. So what you have to do now is, since this is our main bid, just copy this bid, come to this sponsored products, which is your main sheet, come to this part, do Control Shift V. And now you'll see all the bids are actually changed. You can change it to number or plain text. Okay. Now your bids are actually changed. So now what you have to do is you have to upload this file. So before uploading, you have to make sure the sheet is as it was when you are started working. So delete this working file, delete this extra sheet that we have created. Now download this sheet, download into Excel. Okay, download into Microsoft Excel. Go to your advertisement dashboard, click on choose file, choose the file, then click on upload to process changes. When you click this, it should come here. Okay, now you see I have finished successfully. I have some errors. Now these errors may come. Now these errors mainly comes due to only one reason. Okay, due to the date issues. Now what that date issue is, because in Google spreadsheet, the date we use, it is in the month first, then date, then year. But what Amazon takes is first the date, then the month, then the year. So you have to look at that only. There is nothing that should be, there should be no other errors that you will see. So this is how you have to optimize your bids. Okay. So we have actually optimized bids for keywords and product targeting. We have scaled by creating campaigns from top of the search product page, from our search term report. We have done the ACOS management using bulk operations, and then we have also extracted search terms. Now what we are going to do, okay, open page number 9, because you have to write the exact steps, right, that you have to do on a weekly basis. So open page number 9. Okay, open in your workbook page number 9. So in that page number 9, so what we are going to do is we are going to fill up the week 4 table here. So on that week 4 table, okay, on that week 4 table, open the week 4 table. Okay, on the week 4 table, write down the first step. Below the step column, write down the first step is cutting bad expense. Cutting bad expense will be your first step. Now, below the facilitate, straight to the cutting back expense, bad expense, write down reduce bids of non-performing keywords slash products and increase bids for performing ones that we did using bulk operation. Write down this point, reduce bids of non-performing keywords slash products and increase bids for performing ones. Straight to the step number 1, cutting bad expense. Write down reduce bid of non-performing keywords, products, and increase bids for performing ones. Now, I am again telling you, please be respectful for my time. I have actually created this workbook for a particular reason, so that you remember exactly what we have decided and talked and what strategies we have worked during this training. You can take screenshot, but trust me, if you're very serious about your business, if you want to make more profit, reduce the cost, trust me, write this down. Do not take screenshot. Just remember, when was the last time you have went and looked for the screenshot? Now, the next step, below the cutting bad expense, write the next step is gold keyword extraction that we did on the search term report extraction. We have chosen all the keywords that are search term that have given more than 3+ orders, right? So gold keyword extraction that we did today also. Gold keyword extraction will be the second point. Straight to the second point, write down extract performing search term and ASINs for search term report from search term report and run separate phrase and exact with placement optimization on them. Write down extract performing search terms and ASINs from search term report and run separate phrase and exact with placement optimization on them. Write down what is displaying on the screen. Okay. Now, do not put questions. Okay, we are typing this in the chat box also. Do not write your questions. Okay, finish writing. Okay, good. So now on the third step, write down omnipresence. Write down omnipresence on the third step. Now extract performing keywords on the facilitate portion. Write down on the facilitate portion. Write down extract performing search terms. Now, before you write this point, okay, let me just tell you what is omnipresence. Okay, come down to page number 7. Come down to page number 7. Come down to page number 7. Okay, come down to page number 7 of this workbook. There is a column, there is a point written down, omnipresence, advanced marketing strategies. Now, there is a blank space there. Now, write down the definition of omnipresence. Okay, write down the definition of omnipresence. Write down the definition of omnipresence. The state of being widespread or constantly encountered. The state of being widespread or constantly encountered. It is displaying in the screen, also in the chat box. The state of being widespread or constantly encountered. Now, write down in bracket, to be all over the place so that they feel, they means customer, to be all over the place so that customer feels this brand is everywhere. Write down in bracket after encountered, to be all over the place so that customer feels this brand is everywhere. Look at the chat box or in the screen and write it down. Okay, now writing this is very important. Now we are going to, the space below omnipresence is empty because we are going to discuss some strategies in the later sessions to make your brand omnipresence. Now come down to again to your week 4. Come down to week 4, page number 9. The last point, omnipresence. Okay, last point, last step, omnipresence. It will be extract performing search terms and ASINs from search term report and run brand ads for third layer of customer interaction. Okay, write down in omnipresence, third layer of customer, this point. Okay, write down this point. So finish writing. Okay, so far we have learned how to cut bad expense, reducing bids for non-performing keywords, product, and increase bids for performing ones. We have also extracted keywords, that is search terms, extracting for performing search terms and ASIN from search term report and run separate phrase and exact with placement optimization. We have also seen how to create those campaigns. Now we also have seen how to what is the definition of omnipresence and what you have to do exactly. Extract performing search term and ASIN for search term and run brand ads for the third layer of customer interaction. The same search terms that we are going to use in this part, in the second part, second step, we are also going to use the same search terms and ASINs in our third step also. So this is the step that you have to perform in week 4 in order to optimize and scale your campaigns. Now I'll see you in the next session. Okay.